Hello again, brothers and sisters. We are going to talk about a crucial topic here, and it's your liver. That big old organ right here on the right side, protected by your rib cage, that's bigger than your head. The liver is crucially important to detoxification. It's the most important organ in detoxification, the most important organ in your body for keeping you clean and keeping you healthy. I describe the liver as like the master general for keeping our body well. You can't make it very long without your liver. And our livers are congested. And if we're fasting and we're trying to cleanse and detoxify, we must address the liver. So stay with me because we're going to talk a lot. There's so much we could talk about the liver. So I'm going to try to cover as much as I can in a short amount of time. I think this is a good opportunity to explain to you some of the symptoms. I got a little chart here. I want to explain kind of what I call the drainage funnel. But first, just thinking, what are the common questions I ask people when it comes to the liver? So I ask them, the obvious ones would be pain on the right side, pain under the rib cage. So many people have had gallbladder surgery. It's the number one surgery, people getting their gallbladders removed. Intolerance to heavy foods, spicy foods, greasy foods, fatty foods. That's clearly a liver gallbladder problem. But some of the other ones that people might not know is just congestion issues, even into the chest. Chronic upper stiff neck, back, and shoulders, and especially a sharp pain right there between the shoulder blades is very often gallbladder. Another one is sensitivities. So itchy skin is liver. Chemical sensitivity, you're really intolerant to smells, to perfumes, to different things. So a lot of the food allergies, food sensitivities is because the liver's congested and the blood can't filter and clean out the toxins if the liver can't do its job. Sensitivity to the light. So if you're really sensitive to the sun or to light in general, that's liver congestion and problems behind the eyes. So what we call biliary headaches or headaches behind the eyes, eyesight problems, very often linked to the liver. Sweating, excessive sweating, especially at night. So on the Chinese body clock, the liver time is 1 to 3 a.m. So if you have trouble sleeping 1 to 3 a.m., if you wake up every night at 3 a.m., if you're a woman and you're having hot flashes in the middle of the night, these are liver congestion issues. So there's a lot of signs to liver issues that we need to look out for. A good time to explain this little drainage funnel. Hopefully you can see that. But at the bottom is the colon, and then the liver, the lymphatic system, organs and tissues, and cells. So ultimately we want to heal our body at the cellular level. We want our cells to be bathing in a healthy environment, in oxygen, not in a toxic waste sewer dump. That's sickness and disease. And all these diagnosed conditions out here is the toxicity at the cellular level. So it comes down to here, the colon, and then right up next to it is the liver. Now, off to the side here next to the liver, it says lungs, kidneys, and skin. So I'm going to explain that. So the colon is the main drain pipe. That's where the toxins and waste and poisons go out. But the liver is the main detoxification organ, and liver toxins and waste dump out through the colon. So you always have to be working on the colon, keeping the colon moving, doing enemas, doing something to keep that colon cleaned out so that the liver can also clean out. So in other words, you cannot clean out your liver if you're not working on cleaning out your colon. This is why people fast and they turn jaundice, they turn yellow, all these horrible liver symptoms and itchy skin, and they have to stop. Okay? You have to understand that you got to look at the process of how God designed the body to detoxify, get the colon moving, and then start working on the liver. So if you have symptoms or problems in your lungs, with your skin, And with your kidneys, you have liver problems. You have liver congestion. And when the system is backed up because it can't remove the toxins, you'll start to manifest problems in those areas. So it's important to work on the liver. Now, there's multiple phases of liver detoxification, which we won't get into the detail of the sciencey stuff, but there's phase 1, 2, 3 ways that the liver detoxifies, and there's different ways to open up the pathways of detoxification in the liver. And that's what I want to focus on in this video, is how do you open up that liver? How do you get that liver dumping toxins and poisons? Well, there's a whole lot of stuff. And I'm going to give you some of the basics of it so that you can partner with the cleansing and the detoxification of your liver during your fast. Because the best time to cleanse your liver is while you're fasting, while you're not putting excessive amounts of food in your body, especially the foods that are hard on the liver, which is nuts and fats and oils and greasy foods and sugars and baked goods and so many of the things that we probably really like. Really, really hard on the liver. So, liver formula. So this is probably what most people understand to some extent, basic stuff. Like, yeah, milk thistle's good for the liver. Turmeric's good for the liver. Schisandra is good for the liver. Like, we could just name like 20 herbs that are amazing for the liver. All of your bitters are really good for the liver. Now, what I like to do is just get a good basic formula. If you just want to start somewhere, go to our store, give us a call. Liver Detox 1 tea is a very gentle liver tea. Pregnant women, nursing women, you can work on your liver. It helped my wife tremendously between the first and second pregnancies. So women can work on their liver. Get the Liver Detox 1 tea. The Liver Detox 2 tea is a much stronger, more powerful tea. Lots of bitter herbs, lots of those berberine herbs, which aren't necessarily recommended for pregnancy, so you can get stronger formulas, or just get a good liquid tincture. You can buy milk thistle, you can buy turmeric, but there's great formulas of herbs blended together. I'll tell you a couple of my favorites. I love Liver Life by BioRay. Love everything by BioRay. They focus on children's detoxification. Their products are amazing. I've seen it help so many families, especially those kiddos. So God bless BioRay. So the Liver Life by BioRay is a very, very powerful product. That's their professional strength formula. If you want one for your kids, it's called Calm. It's the same formula, but it's for children. It's called Calm. And it's called Calm because if you work on the liver, you calm down. A lot of anger and irritability and different emotional things that manifest are liver related. I didn't mention that in the symptoms, but those are some other symptoms. So another product that's really good that I love is called Phytocore. So Phyto, P-H-Y-T-O, which is plant. Phytocore is by Orthomolecular, and it is a brilliant liver formula. So I would definitely encourage you to do the Phytocore. Take a couple capsules 2 to 3 times a day. Again, we're working on unlocking the liver. And let me make this point. When we're working on the liver, you gotta go after it in multiple facets, okay? Different angled approaches. You can't just be eating a bad diet or even a decent diet and like, I'm gonna take some liver herbs and I'm gonna detoxify my liver. Nope, does not work that way. Ideally, you do some type of fast or restricted diet. You also do the liver herbs. You also do liver gallbladder flushes, which we're going to talk about. You also do enemas to unlock the liver that we're going to talk about. You have to take this multifaceted approach to really unlock the liver and detoxification. And it's crucial. It's crucial if you want to avoid sickness and disease, you want to have health, you want to live a long life. Especially the women, get healthy, get your liver healthy for the sake of your babies. These babies are being born congested with a lot of toxicity. So I mentioned a couple good formulas. I want to mention one more that is a newer formula that I'm absolutely in love with. It's by SelfCore Biosciences and it's called Tudca, T-U-D-C-A. Really weird name, but it's a bile acid. So the liver produces bile, and bile flow is crucial to liver function and to bowel movements. So by taking a high dose of TUDCA, it gets that liver moving. So you really start slow, maybe 1 capsule once or twice a day, but you can easily work up to 2 capsules a couple times a day. Very, very powerful formula. So again, I would combine a couple things together. Maybe you take TUDCA and drink a liver tea or whatever you want to do, but just giving you ideas of some things you can do. I want to mention glutathione. Glutathione is an antioxidant. It's produced in every cell of the body, and the liver cannot dump. It cannot detoxify without glutathione. I mean, my wife learned this. I mean, we started doing a product that increased glutathione in her, and she, oh man, I already started the story, so I have to tell you. But she actually started vomiting bile. Sorry, honey, I hope it's okay I share that story, but I think people need to hear these things. Now, that doesn't happen with everyone, but her liver was extremely congested. And maybe she wasn't doing enemas at the time, which may be why it came out the wrong end. But bile came out. I mean, this major liver detox by increasing glutathione. So when you get glutathione at high enough levels in the body, the liver will start to dump. And hopefully, if you're doing it the right way, doing enemas, keeping your bowels moving, you can dump all those liver toxins out through your bowels. Like I said, that's more rare that would happen that way, but unfortunately, that's the way it happened with my wife. So thought I would share that story. But glutathione, it's crucial to the detoxification process. It's crucial to every cell of the body and the liver. You can increase glutathione by coffee enemas. You can increase glutathione by taking glutathione. So I like a liquid pump spray by Quicksilver. You can just spray under the tongue. You can get a tube of glutathione. You can get capsules of glutathione by Orthomolecular. We have those. Just taking glutathione for support also helps people sleep through the night. Why? The liver issue. If you're not sleeping through the night and you're waking up at night a lot, it could be your liver trying to detoxify, so take glutathione before bed. Brilliant. Protandim, it's a neat product. It's multi-level, but we sell it in the store because it's a good product. I don't do the multi-level thing, but it's a great product. It increases glutathione. That's the one my wife was taking. So 2 to 3 weeks into that product, boom, your glutathiones are 300% plus higher, and it can stimulate some detoxification. So glutathione, crucially important, thought I would mention that. You can actually test for glutathione to see if you have deficiencies there. I do a test called the organic acid test. It's a urine test that'll actually check your glutathione levels. Pretty cool. All right, how about liver gallbladder flushes? I don't know if everyone's heard of those, but man, I have seen them be transformational for people. It's not fun, especially the first time. In fact, it'd be quite miserable. But I want to share it with you because I've seen it help so many people. I've seen it change people's lives, their digestion, their health. And I have a liver cleanse. It's on my website. You can look at our 30-day liver cleanse. There's 2 liver gallbladder flushes included with that. Really going to encourage you to do the ozonated olive oil. Olive oil infused with ozone, which is oxygen for that liver gallbladder flush. I also love it when people take parasite herbs as part of their liver gallbladder flush, because that liver gallbladder area is an area that commonly gets gummed up with parasites. And you haven't watched the parasite video yet, oh Nelly, look out. So liver gallbladder flushes are amazing. It's the stones, it's the gunky junk. A lot of people believe that they're not real and it's just kind of hokey pokey stuff, and been doing this for 10 years. It's untrue. The science proves otherwise. People say it's coagulated balls of like the olive oil. It's not true. When you start doing liver gallbladder flushes, you see all this junk and stones and all this stuff fall out of your body. And if you do them enough, all of a sudden nothing's coming out. So if it was the olive oil, something would be coming out every time. And guess what? It stops coming out. The olive oil absorbs, and the only thing that comes out is bile acids, cholesterol, globs of fatty bile. It's the stones. It's the stuff clogging up our bile ducts and our livers. So very important to get those gallstones out. Again, gallbladder surgery is such a common surgery. And again, we have liver gallbladder flushes on our website if that's something you want to try. Extremely effective, but you also have to prepare for it and do it intelligently. All right, let's talk about maybe the last thing. because we've talked about a lot related to liver detoxification. Let's talk enemas. So I mentioned the colon. The colon is the main pathway for the liver to dump out of and through, and you cannot detoxify your liver without working on your colon. You just can't. Okay, so again, if you're on a fast, support your colon, herbs to move your bowels, enemas to move your bowels, and let's also go after that liver with some of these things we talked about. Now, the most powerful enema for the liver is coffee. Coffee enemas stimulate the contraction of the liver gallbladder. It has been around since World War I. Coffee enemas have been around for over 100 years. It's not new. Might be new to you, but it's not new. And they help the liver dump. It works great. People always ask me about coffee during fasting, and I said, absolutely, if you do it in the right end. I mean, that's funny. I mean, that is, but it's really true, because it's totally different when you drink coffee and the effect it has on the body, which there's a lot of negative effects, versus doing an enema, which has a lot of positive effects. And it doesn't work the same. Biochemically, in the body, it works different. So, how do you have an amazing coffee enema? Well, let me just give you a few tips, because this is huge. This is literally life transforming if you get your liver unclogged and you do a combination of these things. Coffee, you do about 3 tablespoons per quart. Now, I always tell people start with 1 tablespoon if you haven't done it before, get used to it, but 3 tablespoons per quart, and you boil that coffee for 10 to 15 minutes, and then you let it cool down to body temperature. I use specific enema coffee. I have it in my store. The S.A. Wilson's coffee, the Pure Life enema coffee, there's specific coffee that works the best for enemas. And so I really encourage you to use the right coffee. Don't use some cheap coffee that's got metals and chemicals in it. Bad news. Use the right coffee. Adding to your coffee enema, oh my goodness, so many things. But I love adding parasite herbs. So you can take liquid black walnut or the Para 3 by SelfCore Biosciences, incredibly powerful. The Artemisia and Clove by BioRay. I'm just giving you a couple ideas, but a good herbal parasite formula. Put a couple squirts of that in there, even up to a teaspoon, and crazy stuff starts to come out of people. Hallelujah. So I'm going to give you a formula that works really good if you want to try it. Again, I just encourage you to get familiar with coffee enemas. Maybe just do your first one, and before you start adding stuff, I mean, again, you got to get your body used to these things. But you also want to hold a coffee enema for 15 to 20 minutes. So in other words, you put the coffee in and you hold it. So you're going to need an Enema Kit, right? And you can do those at home. And we have different Enema Kits people can get. And there's instructions on how to do it. I have a video on my YouTube channel, so check that out. So what you can add to coffee to have a powerful coffee enema, I'm going to give you a little formula here that opens up all phases of detoxification of the liver. That's doing the coffee, as I already mentioned, adding to it drops of oxygen. So biomolecular oxygen by SelfCore Biosciences. Start with 1, but you can do up to 10 drops of oxygen in your enema. Bioactive minerals, SelfCore Biosciences, bioactive minerals, 1 to 10 drops of minerals in the enema, and then blackstrap molasses, organic blackstrap molasses. If you put those things in an enema, good stuff happens. Nasty stuff comes out, which is good stuff happening. We need the toxins and the poisons out of these vessels so that we can be purified. And I just love that. I love that language. I love talking about purifying and cleansing our bodies, because if that happens, guess what? We don't have sickness and disease. We don't fear it. It doesn't matter what our ancestors or our relatives got. We can cleanse and heal our bodies. I mean, we are made in God's image. But we have to partner with this process of cleansing and detoxification of the body. So, that was a lot. Don't be overwhelmed. Start with 1 or 2 simple things, but the more of these things you can piece together. Cleansing your bowels, taking a bowel formula, doing enemas, coffee if you're brave enough, works amazing. There's other things you can do in enemas too, besides coffee. And I would say to do minerals in your water if you're going to be doing lots of coffee enemas, because it can be problematic if you do too much, too fast, too dehydrating, mineral loss, things like that. So, we do have to be wise. But I want to say to put these things together. If you can cleanse your colon, if you can take a good liver formula, maybe you throw in a liver gallbladder flush sometime during your fast, you are going to start to unlock your liver, and you're on your way to better health. You are on your way. The liver is super, super crucial. I can't stress it enough. And look out for those symptoms. You start sweating at night, you start having itchy skin, you start having yellowing skin. If you start having these things going on, it's a sign of liver detoxification. It's not necessarily bad or that something's wrong, but maybe you need to up the ante on the enemas. Maybe you need to slow down on the herbs and the things that you're doing. You're going to have to play and adjust with this. We're all toxic, but some people are more toxic than others. Everybody's at a different place. Some people need to start really slow and work your way up. So I hope I covered enough to get you detoxifying your liver and partnering with that amazing organ God gave us to cleanse our blood so that you can be healthier, because I really believe a healthy liver is key. It's key to health, key to good immune function, key to clean blood and a clean body. So clean out your liver. I just can't stress it enough. And I thank you for watching it, and happy liver cleansing.